Have you ever seen someone lose everything, yet still smile through their pain? Have you ever met a person who was treated like nothing but turned out to be someone unforgettable? This story will shake your heart, and by the end you'll believe in destiny again. So stay till the end, and if it touches your heart, don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories like this one. It was a rainy evening in downtown New York. The glass windows of Billionaire, one of the city's most luxurious restaurants, glowed golden in the night. Inside sat billionaires, politicians, and celebrities, people who never had to worry about the price on a menu. And among them, carrying trays with trembling hands, was a young waitress named Emily Parker. Emily was 24, her hair tied in a simple ponytail, her uniform slightly faded, her shoes worn out. But she carried herself with quiet dignity. She smiled at every guest, even when her stomach growled from skipping meals so her little brother could eat. She had taken the job just 3 weeks ago, desperate to pay rent and afford her brother's school supplies. That night, something felt different. The staff was nervous, whispering among themselves. The owner of the restaurant was coming in, a man no one dared to look in the eye. Alexander Carter. He wasn't just the restaurant owner. He was one of the youngest billionaires in America, the CEO of Carter Enterprises, a man who had built empires and crushed competitors without blinking. To the world, he was cold, ruthless, untouchable. But what no one knew was that Alexander once had a family he lost in tragedy when he was just 10. A fire had taken his parents, and his little sister, barely 5 at the time, was presumed dead. That same night, fate was about to twist the two lost souls together again. When Alexander entered the restaurant, the staff froze. His presence filled the room, tall, perfectly dressed in a tailored black suit, every step precise. Emily, unaware of who he was assigned to his table. Her hands trembled slightly as she approached. "Good evening, sir," she said softly, forcing a smile. "Would you like to start with something to drink?" Alexander glanced at her briefly. "Just water," he replied curtly. But when Emily accidentally spilled a few drops while pouring, the sound of the glass hitting the table echoed louder than it should have. Alexander's eyes narrowed. The guests nearby turned. Emily's heart sank. "I am so sorry, sir. Do you have any idea how much this table costs?" Alexander's voice cut like a knife. "You're clearly not trained. Get someone else to serve me." The manager rushed over, whispering apologies. Emily's eyes welled up, but she bit her lip and nodded. "It won't happen again, sir." "It already did," Alexander said coldly. "You're fired. Get out of my restaurant." The entire staff froze. Emily's face went pale. Fired? She had nowhere to go. Her rent was due tomorrow. Her brother was waiting at home, hungry. She bowed slightly, her voice barely a whisper. "Yes, sir." As she walked out under the rain, her uniform soaked and tears blending with the storm, the billionaire didn't look back once. He thought she was just another clumsy employee. But destiny wasn't finished yet. The next morning, Alexander received a call. His company's charity branch was reviewing applications for educational support programs. He skimmed through the forms until one caught his eye. Applicant, Ryan Parker, age 8. Guardian, Emily Parker. He frowned. That name, Parker. It tugged at something deep inside him. He read further, her address, the orphanage she had grown up in, the mention of a fire from years ago. His heartbeat quickened. Could it be? Without a second thought, Alexander ordered his driver to head to the listed address. He found himself standing in front of a small, broken-down apartment building. The hall smelled faintly of damp carpet and cheap paint. When the door opened, he saw her, Emily, holding a little boy who looked just like their mother used to. For a moment, Alexander couldn't speak. Emily froze too. You're the man from the restaurant." Alexander's voice was shaky for the first time in years. "You were born Emily Parker." She nodded, confused. "Yes, that's my name. Why?" He pulled a small silver locket from his pocket, one he'd kept all his life. Inside, it was a faded picture of 2 children, a boy and a little girl with bright eyes. He opened it silently and showed her. Emily gasped, her eyes filling with tears. "That's me, that's us." Her knees gave way and she sank to the floor, covering her mouth in shock. "You're my brother." Alexander fell to his knees too, tears streaming freely for the first time in decades. "Emily, I thought you were gone. I searched for years. They told me you died in that fire." "I was taken to a foster home," she sobbed. "I tried to find you too, but I didn't even know your new name. I didn't know." The little boy Ryan looked between them. "Mommy, who is he?" Alexander smiled through tears and placed a gentle hand on the boy's head. "I'm your uncle, buddy." From that day forward, everything changed. Alexander didn't just bring Emily back into his life, he gave her everything she had lost. He reopened the restaurant that night, gathering every employee and publicly apologized to her. "I judged someone without knowing her story," he said, his voice heavy with emotion. "Let this be a lesson for me and for all of us that money can never measure worth." Emily returned to Le Maire, not as a waitress, but as its new co-owner. She used her share to build a fund for struggling single mothers and orphaned children, saying, "No one should have to go through what we did." Months later, the restaurant glowed brighter than ever, not from wealth but from warmth. Alexander had finally found what billions couldn't buy: family. And Emily, she never let the past define her again. She forgave him. She chose love over resentment. Because sometimes life tests us with pain, only to lead us back home.